Hello and welcome to Fair Isaac Tech Talk, where we discuss ideas and technology for decision management. I'm Darcy Sullivan of Fair Isaac, and today we're talking about the new FICO score with Lisa Nelson, the Vice President of Scoring Solutions at Fair Isaac. And we're asking Lisa, how can an updated FICO score help borrowers and businesses? Lisa, what makes the new FICO score better?
The new FICO score is better in a number of different ways, but maybe before we go there, let me first tell you that this is about the 5th generation of the FICO score. So we're on a continual improvement process with the score. Obviously, as consumer behavior changes or as time goes on, new, fresh data makes that score more predictive. So we followed that same process for FICO 08. We've had some new characteristics, though, with FICO 08 that have made it even more exciting as we launched this particular score, which looks at consumer trade line information in a little bit different way. And we've pulled that into the score so that it's got a much more predictive lift. We probably are seeing 5 to 15% improvement in predictability, especially for consumers that are new to credit or that don't have a lot of credit line information. And so we're seeing really exciting lift in certain segments of the consumer population. And we're doing all of that without causing lenders to have to change their systems or make big operational changes. So more predictability, less pain for the lender to actually adopt the score.
So Lisa, does this score have a much bigger improvement in performance than previous redevelopments of the FICO score?
Yeah, the predictive power has increased substantially from the prior version to this one, primarily because of the new technology that we've been able to pull into this particular score. So we're very excited about it, and we think that the lenders are going to move more quickly, therefore adopting this new score than they ever even have in the past.
Tell me about the way that the new FICO score looks at missed payments, which is the #1 thing that can impact your score.
You know, we've been able to use some new analytic methodology so that we're able to better differentiate a consumer that might have an isolated late payment versus those that we would anticipate to have more habitual late payments. So the end result is that we've just gotten, again, much better predictability in the FICO 08 score.
Lisa, there's been a lot of talk about authorized user accounts where people can basically add somebody else to their account and that shows up as the other person's credit history. How does the new FICO score look at authorized user accounts?
So we've got new technology there as well. It's another real highlight of the FICO score. Authorized user trade lines, for people that aren't terribly familiar, is an opportunity where perhaps I let my daughter have access to my credit card, knowing that she's going to be responsible along with me in how we use that card. And that's typically how it's been, either a child or even more often a spouse. And so because of that, in the past developments of FICO scores, we've always leveraged that authorized user trade line as input because it is predictive. What happened in the last year is that there was a subset of the population of consumers that realized that there was an impact with an authorized user trade line. So you started to see consumers basically leasing out their credit. So I might find a person over the internet who was looking to improve their score. I gave them access to be an authorized user on my account, which then artificially impacted their score, raised their score if I was giving them access to a good credit. So what we've done within this new FICO 08 version is continue to look at authorized user trade lines, because for those consumers that are legitimately having access, it's a good thing. It's helpful to have that be part of their scoring process. But what we've also done is we've minimized the impact of the piggybacking or the fraudulent use of the authorized user trades. And so we're very excited for a couple of reasons. Number one, it's giving credit to the consumers that really deserve it. But number two, it's protecting lenders from wild swings in that consumer's score for fraudulent use. We needed to keep authorized user trade lines in because most lenders will use our FICO score as a compliance tool to Reg B. So it was important to keep the data relevant and involved in the score, but yet minimize the fraudulent impact. And we feel like we've done that with some really exciting new analytic technology that we've built in.
Great. How can lenders switch to the FICO 08 score?
All it takes is a phone call. We've got the score being released actually with TransUnion first. We expect that to be available to any lender by the end of this month, January 09. We're working feverishly with Equifax and very excited to be able to share that that score will be available in June of this year, so June of 09. And again, working very aggressively with Experian to make the score available to the marketplace there as well.
That's today's Fair Isaac Tech Talk. Thanks for joining us. We invite you to comment on this posting, subscribe to our podcast series, and watch more Tech Talk videos at fairisaac.com/Tech Talk. It's a great place to learn how to advance your business's decision management.